the course of the tutorial, I'll be making use of this fabric, this Ankara fabric, and this dot face satin. This will be for the facing of the front part and of the sleeve. I'll be adding it to the sleeve to make it colorful, and of course I'll be using my crystal stone to do a wonderful design at the facing. Okay, so the first thing we have to do now is to take our shoulder to our sleeve measurement, that is cut together sleeve. Okay, so just consider what you want to use. Just consider what you want to use for your sleeve. For mine, I want to be using like 14 inches. Okay, but here I will measure 12 inches because I will still add this black fabric to it, like 2 inches to complete this 12 to 14 inches. So what I have to do now is my 8 inches here, then I'll add the 12 inches for the sleeve. Then I'll add my 12 inches for the sleeve. Okay, so the next thing is to mark our neckline. I'll be using a neck width of 3.5 inches and a neck depth of 1.5 for the back and 8 inches for the front. So I'll just do a connection to connect it to this neck width. So I want it to be a sort of V neckline. I don't want this, okay? I don't want this V to be that sharp V, so you can just leave it like that since we are still turning this with a facing. So here I will come down by 1 inch or by 1.5 inch here. So I'll do a connection from here now to this point. So from this point now, I'll determine how wide I want this place to be. Okay, so looking at our picture, you will see that it's open well. So I don't want it to be that close or that tight. So I want this to come down. So I'll be using 12 inches here. So from this 1 inch here, this 1.5 here, I will mark my 12 inches. So this place now, I can now take the bust measurement, but for this dress I don't need my bust measurement, I don't need my waist measurement. All I need is my hip measurement, so I can add the allowances that I want. So from this here now, I have to get my hip line measurement. Okay, so I'll measure my half length, which is 17 inches. So from here now, I will take my hip line measurement, 9 inches from my waist line. So I'll draw a straight line here. But the waist I'm working with is 48 inches into 4 to give us 12 inches. So I'll mark the 12 inches here, and I will now add any allowance of my choice. So here I'll be adding 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. Okay, so remember that this is where our sleeve ends. So from this now, I'll make my connection to, alright, I'll just connect this way. Then I will take this now down straight to my hemline. I will take this down to the down part of my sleeve. I added extra inches here, like 4 inches, because I want the down part when I fold it to be bold. So I'll just connect this now straight down. Okay. So this is it. So I'll just go ahead now and cut this out. I added like 0.25 inches, so I can be able to join it with the satin that I'll be adding at the sleeve area. So I'll just go ahead and cut out the neckline for the back first, then separate it before cutting out the front part. I'm just going to separate this front from the back now. So I'll go ahead now to take out the neckline for the front. So here, I'll open this up now, join the back and the front together. Okay, so I want to make a little adjustment at that front neckline. I have to come this 8 inches here, I have to come out by 1 inch like so. Then I will connect it to this neckline. Okay. So I'll go ahead to join the two shoulders, the back and the front, after which I would cut out a straight strip from this piece of this fabric. I'll cut out a straight piece of whatever thing I measured from the neckline, then like about 2 inches. Okay, then I will use it to tape out the neckline. Then after that, I will also cut out a straight piece. I'm going to measure out this from those points now. So I'll also measure from those points. I'll also measure from those points here down to the hemline. Whatever thing I have, I'll also cut out a straight fabric from this my black fabric. I'm going to cut out like 3 inches wide. Okay, I'll cut out 3 inches wide. Then I'll place it at the front piece. That is after I must have taped out the neck of this lace of this front. Okay, after I must have joined the back, then use the fabric I cut out, then tape the neckline. Then from the center part now, I'll also use that straight fabric. I'll be using 3 inches. When you open up this now, you will see that it's 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be using 3 inches like so. Okay, I'm going to be using 3 inches. Make sure that the 1.5 will be at the midpoint like this. So from here now to those points, so I'll use that 3 inches. I'll run it down, use it to cover up this place. Okay, then I'll run it down to the hem line. I'll also use my stone to stone it out, and also the neckline. Okay, all right. So I want to be putting a pocket at the down. I want to put in a pocket, an outside pocket. So what I will do, I don't have much fabric again, so I'm going to join this. I'm going to join all those pieces here. I will join it so that I will use it to make out something, to make out my pocket. Then I will use this black, of course, to make a little bit of band at the mouth. Then I will use it to place it at this my fabric. Okay, so just step by step I'll be showing you as we progress. So now let me go and join the shoulders, then take the measurement of the neck line, okay, of this neckline, both the front and the back, then take the measurement, then use the 2 inches band that I will cut out to line it out. Okay, so now I made a long stitch at the 2.5 inches that we cut out. Okay, so I'm going to use it to turn out the armhole side. So at the back piece like so, I'm going to place this way. I'm going to place this like so, then I'll make a stitch, okay, to the end part. All right. Okay, after stitching it out, then you turn it this way. Remember, this is still the back part. Okay, this is still the back, so just turn it this way and push in this allowance to push it in towards the dress parts. Okay, towards the main dress part. Open it up this way, then make a top stitch. Okay, so this is the extra allowance here. Okay, so make sure that you sew on top the allowance that is inside. So run your stitch from those points now, then make your stitch straight at the fabric, not at the satin. Okay, so run your stitch here straight down. Okay, run it straight down to the ending part. After the top stitch, you have something like this, so that when you turn it now to the right face, it will be firm. Okay, turning to the right face, you have something like this. So the top stitch will help it to push inward properly. Okay, so make sure you top stitch after sewing. Thank you. Okay, I've taped out the neckline. As you can see, I have my excess part. This is it. I'm going to close it up this way, then I'll cut out this excess that is here. Then after that, I'll bring out the facing I cut for the center part. Okay, I'm going to be bending the mouth this way, then attach it here, close it up like so, then make a long stitch at both sides, this side and this side, at the center part of the dress. Okay.